When a queen met a conqueror, the world trembled. In the heart of a collapsing republic and a threatened kingdom, two forces collided, one with unmatched charm, the other with unrelenting ambition. Cleopatra VII, the last pharaoh of Egypt, and Julius Caesar, the most powerful man in Rome. But what truly brought them together? Was it love? Or was it the ultimate power move? Rome was on the edge of civil war. Egypt, teetering on political ruin. This wasn't just a romance, it was a calculated alliance that would send shockwaves through two of history's greatest empires. In 48 BCE, Alexandria simmered with tension. The Egyptian throne was disputed, and Rome's most formidable general had just arrived. Cleopatra, exiled and cunning, saw her moment and seized it in legendary style. Wrapped in a carpet or hidden in a sack, historians had herself smuggled into Caesar's private chambers. When the fabric unfurled, Caesar faced a woman of striking intelligence and irresistible charm. Cleopatra was no ordinary monarch. She spoke 9 languages, studied philosophy, and wielded her femininity like a weapon. Caesar, used to command, found himself intrigued, maybe even disarmed. For Cleopatra, the stakes were survival and sovereignty. She needed Caesar's military backing to reclaim her throne from her brother, Ptolemy XIII. For Caesar, Egypt was a jewel in strategic chaos, a land of wealth, grain, and geopolitical advantage. Aligning with Cleopatra meant influence over the richest region in the eastern Mediterranean. Their meeting wasn't just a romantic spark. It was two titans recognizing each other's value. In that moment, empire met empire through the eyes of a queen and a conqueror. What began as a strategic meeting quickly evolved into a blazing affair that scandalized Rome and solidified Cleopatra's grip on power. Cleopatra and Caesar became inseparable in Alexandria. He stayed far longer than politics required, dining with her, touring the Nile, and indulging in the luxuries of the Egyptian court. To many Romans, it was an outraged Caesar, the champion of the Republic, enthralled by a foreign queen. But to Cleopatra, it was calculated. She had returned to power, crowned co-ruler with her younger brother, but in truth, she ruled alone with Caesar's blessing and Roman legions to protect her. Their connection wasn't just lust, it was mutual admiration. Cleopatra admired Caesar's boldness and intellect. Caesar saw in her a political partner who could help secure Rome's grain supply and stabilize a volatile region. Soon, Cleopatra bore Caesar a son, Ptolemy XV, known to history as Caesarion, Little Caesar. It was a direct challenge to Roman tradition, where no foreign heir had ever been acknowledged by a Roman leader. Back in Rome, Caesar's relationship with Cleopatra stirred unease. Whispers of monarchy began to circulate. The people feared their republic was slipping into a dynasty, ruled by a queen who wore a crown far from Rome. In Rome, the rumors exploded like wildfire. Caesar, the man who had conquered Gaul and crossed the Rubicon, was now parading through the city with dreams of monarchy and whispers of a foreign queen at his side. He erected statues of Cleopatra, hosted extravagant feasts, and even accepted honors that suggested divine status. To the Senate, it was treasonous. To the people, terrifying. Rome had overthrown kings centuries ago. Now, they feared Caesar wanted to crown himself and make Cleopatra his queen. Senators plotted in secret. The Ides of the 4th of March 4 BCE, Caesar walked into the theater of Pompey and never walked out. 23 stab wounds ended his life, and with it, the hope Cleopatra had placed in their union. In Egypt, she waited with their son, Caesarion. But Caesar had made no legal move to name him heir. Instead, his adopted grandnephew, Octavian, would rise. Cleopatra's position was suddenly fragile. Her protector was gone, her link to Rome severed. The tides had shifted once again, and Cleopatra, once the poised queen of alliances, was now a lone monarch facing an empire in chaos. With Caesar gone, Cleopatra faced a future uncertain and perilous. Her brief moment of stability vanished overnight, but she would not fade quietly into history. In the power vacuum left by Caesar's death, Cleopatra allied with Mark Antony, another Roman leader, another powerful man drawn to her brilliance. Their romance, too, would ignite scandal and war. Yet it was Caesar who had given her the first glimpse of empire-shaping influence and the boldness to defy Rome. Their son, Caesarion, was declared co-ruler in Egypt, a living symbol of their union. Cleopatra touted him as Caesar's rightful heir, a direct challenge to Octavian's claim. But in the end, it wasn't enough to sway Roman politics. Octavian would defeat Antony and Cleopatra at the Battle of Actium. Facing capture and humiliation, Cleopatra ended her life in 30 BCE, allegedly by the bite of an asp. Caesarion was captured and quietly executed. Rome claimed Egypt as a province, ending the age of pharaohs forever. And yet, the story lived on. Cleopatra and Caesar weren't just lovers. They were icons of ambition, strategy, and forbidden desire. Their bond, brief yet seismic, redrew the map of power and etched their names into history as a love that shook two empires.